knowing fully well that probably because of geographical locations and differences,
that's good reason.
a lot of people might react differently.
Yes, genetic variations.
And
wow, that's good.
Okay, wonderful. But coming to the issue of drugs, if vaccines could go through this process in line of production,
and that process would take years. You look at the stages. That's why I said you should be able to answer the question. That process now is not something that is achievable within most of the time, even if it is accelerated, it will take 12 to 36 months.
Because a lot of experiments and
look at us in lockdown.
Look
at us in lockdown.
We don't
Can we wait for that long?
Yes, you're quite right. So coming to the issue of drugs, if vaccines can go through so much process to be sure that we have the right thing, and not to jeopardize the life of people that the vaccine is going to be introduced into. Does it mean that the drugs also would have to pass through that much of a process in terms of production? Because we also don't want people to take drugs that is going to affect them also. So what do you think?
Yeah, of course. Drugs too, we have to go through preclinical trials and clinical trials. But what we have with drug is this. Already there are proposed drug based on the previous viruses of this family. Coronavirus family is a large family. So based on the Middle East I think respiratory syndrome and then the severe acute respiratory syndrome, first one that has happened before, vaccines that have been generated towards those ones, even vaccines that have been generated as even drugs. Sorry now, based on the previous exposure.
Okay, so
based on previous experience of some of the viral diseases we have, there are drugs that are being proposed. One of them is remdesivir. That's a drug. It's an antiretroviral drug. A lot of antiretroviral drugs, lopinavir, a lot of antiretroviral drugs are being proposed to be good, to be potential drugs. These drugs are already established. Their toxicity evaluation already done. So they have been cleared. Donald Trump talked about hydroxychloroquine, chloroquine, and others. Though these drugs are still potential, proposed drugs going on trial. But I think the speed with which we can get something out of pursuing the intervention of a drug seems more feasible than that of vaccine.
So you're saying now that these drugs that are being proposed, they are based on the research that has been done on previous strains of the coronavirus that we've had in time
other
past.
Infections
and
too.
Other infections.
For instance, for that of a chloroquine, hydroxychloroquine, they've been used for malaria infection. The dosage has been established. The toxicity, you understand, and all of that has been established long ago. So although people need to be very careful about the way they go about once they hear that something is a potential cure and then you go all out for it. No, you don't have to do that. You wait until the scientific environment, the scientific community, the World Health Organizations have approved such. Yes. So, but I think the potential of getting a quick exigent intervention from drug seems more feasible
than vaccine.
Okay,
so going on from there, what prospect do you think that we have in terms of drugs now
in Nigeria? In fact, that you are now entering into a domain that I am so passionate about. Yes, I'm so passionate about this because you see, my field of study, biochemistry, and other scientific field of study, microbiology, over the years has been seriously abused and disdained, and in fact treated with extreme disdain by, what will I call it now, the government or whatever, under-sponsored laboratories and all of that. Now, a lot of research has been done into our natural flora, into the plant reservoirs we have, especially in Africa and in Nigeria. And I'm telling you, my brother, that a lot of our plants have good potential medicinal properties that we need to harness. But a lot of our researches are stored on the bookshelf of our professors. It's not their fault. Where is the funding to go further, to purify these things to homogeneity? I mean, to get a pure active ingredient, to study the structure of the pure active ingredient. This thing requires huge facilities. But where are the facilities in our universities? So what I think Nigeria should do right now is that we should go back to those theses that has been stored over the years. I'm saying theses, if possible, theses, because there are a lot of them that have, I cannot start to mention. Asadiracta indica, Morinda lucida, even our own immune booster, Moringa olivera, and all of these plants have been extensively studied. You see?
As a prospective
drug candidate. Wow. Not just we have a lot of them that have already shown antimicrobial effect. We may not have tested them against corona. So what we need to do now is to see whether they may have a curative, palliative effect on coronavirus. And that is a very, very simple thing.
So in terms of developing a prospective cure now, so we are establishing the fact that Nigerian scientists are up and doing.
Yes.
But then they are limited in terms of resources to actually take the research further.
Yes.